Hello dear viewers, my name is Farid Nouri and I'm an immigration consultant in Germany. Today I would like to explain for you about the fact that after you get a type of protection from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany as a result of your asylum application, where and how you can apply for an electronic residence permit and how you can get it. You usually get a protection from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany through a special letter sent to you by this office, which is called Anerkennungsbescheid in German language. This protection can be an asylum protection, which is called Asylanerkennung or Asylberechtigung, or a refugee protection, which is called Flüchtlingseigenschaft or Flüchtlingsanerkennung, a subsidiary protection, which is called subsidiärer Schutz in German language, or you may get a national ban on deportation, which is called Abschiebungsverbot or Abschiebungsschutz in German language. After getting one of these protections, you can refer to your respective foreigner's office, which is called Ausländerbehörde in German language, and apply for an electronic residence permit in this office. It is worth mentioning that in some cities of Germany, Landesamt or Landratsamt is responsible for this. In such cases, you should then apply for this electronic residence permit in one of these offices. If your family members also have got one of these protections from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, you can also apply for an electronic residence permit in the foreigner's office for them as well. When you refer to your respective foreigner's office and show them the letter you have received from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany about your protection and tell them that you want to apply for an electronic residence permit, they will give you an application form for this electronic residence permit, which is called Antrag auf Aufenthaltstitel in German language. This office will also let you know which other documents you have to submit or send to this office with the filled-in application form for an electronic residence permit. For example, this office usually asks you to submit or send to them, in addition to the filled-in application form, the letter of your protection which you have got from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, one passport-size photo of yourself, and your temporary residence permit or Aufenthaltsgestattung, your Duldung, or any other type of residence permit you currently have. And in case you have your national passport, they will also ask for this. If you're working, this office will also ask you to submit or send to them your payroll. And if you're not working, they will ask you for the letter based on which you are monthly paid by Sozialamt or Social Welfare Office or Job Center. In addition, this office will ask you for your registration paper in your city, which is called Meldebescheinigung in German language. It is worth mentioning that the different foreigners' offices in Germany may ask you for less than these documents, or they may ask you for more than these documents to process your application. In some cities of Germany, the foreigners' offices put this application form in their website, and in their website, they usually also mention which documents you need to submit or send to them with the filled-in application form. Therefore, in such a case, if you want, you can download this application form from their website and read the instruction about the fact that which documents you need to submit or send to this office with the filled-in application form, and based on that, you can fill in this application form and submit or send to them all the required documents. The application form you see in this video now is only an example of this form from Munich city of Germany, and in different cities of Germany, this application form a little bit differ from each other. Therefore, you should either get this application form from your respective foreigner's office in person, or If available, you can download and get it from the website of your respective foreigner's office. If you need help in filling in this application form, your social worker or Sozialarbeiter in the refugee camp you're living can help you with that. If you're not living in a refugee camp, you can refer to a migration counseling office in your city or region, such as the Diakonie, Caritas, AWO, DRK, or the BRK, and etc., so that they can help you with that. It is worth mentioning that their consultation and their assistance in terms of filling your forms in are free of charge for you. If you have got an asylum protection or a refugee protection from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, you can also apply for the Blue Convention Passport of Germany with the application for a residence permit at the same time in your respective foreigner's office. For more information about the Blue Passport of Germany, you can watch my other video in this YouTube channel. I will also put its link under this video for you. Those who have got a national ban on deportation or a subsidiary protection from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany and do not have their national passport, and it's not possible for them to get their national passport, they can apply for the Grey Passport of Germany in their respective foreigner's office at the same time with their application for a residence permit or later. For more information about the Grey Passport in Germany and how you can get it, you can watch my other video in this YouTube channel. I will also put its link under this video for you. After you submit or send your filled in and signed application form with the required documents to your respective foreigner's office and give your fingerprint to them, this office usually gives you a fictional certificate, which in German it is called Fiktionsbescheinigung, or a preliminary certificate, which in German it is called Vorläufige Bescheinigung. This fictional certificate or preliminary certificate will remain with you, and you can use them until your electronic residence permit is issued and submitted or sent to you. After that, you must return this fictional certificate or preliminary certificate to your respective foreigner's office. Before you get your electronic residence permit from this office, you usually first receive a letter from this office about the online function of your residence permit, which in German it is called Online-Ausweisfunktion. In this letter, there are also a PIN number or a password available. Only if you want to use your electronic residence permit in internet, this letter is important for you. It is worth mentioning that most of the people do not use the online function of their residence permit. After this letter, you will receive another letter about the fact that your electronic residence permit is ready to be picked up, and in this letter, you will usually be given an appointment for picking it up, or in some other cases, they send you the electronic residence permit together with this letter, or in some other cases, later with another letter to you. After you fill in the application form for your electronic residence permit and submit it or send it with all the required documents to the foreigner's office, it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks until your electronic residence permit is issued and is ready to submit or send to you. However, in some cases, for example, as it has been the case during the corona pandemic, or in case of a huge load of the work in the foreigner's office, this process may take longer until your electronic residence permit is issued and is ready for you. It is worth mentioning that in some cases, when you refer to your respective foreigner's office with the letter of protection you have got from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, you will be given a Duldung or a temporary residence permit, which is called an Aufenthaltsgestattung in German language. In such cases, it's usually because the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany has not informed your respective foreigner's office about the protection you've got in Germany. After you refer to your respective foreigner's office and show them your letter of protection which you have got from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, the foreigner's office asks the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany for a confirmation, and until the Foreigner's Office receives this confirmation from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany concerning your protection. The Foreigner's Office extends your Duldung or your Aufenthaltsgestattung. And after your respective Foreigner's Office receives the confirmation about your protection in Germany from the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees of Germany, you can apply for an electronic residence permit, or this office processes your application for an electronic residence permit and you can get it from this office. The electronic residence permit you get from this office is extendable, and you should try to apply for its extension 1.5 or 2 months before the end of its validity in your respective Foreigner's Office. Those who do not get financial assistance from Job Center or Sozialamt, they must also pay the fees for the issuing of their electronic residence permit. In different cities of Germany, the amount of the fees is a little bit different from each other. However, those who get financial assistance from Job Center or Sozialamt, they can show the letter of Job Center or Sozialamt based on which they receive money from one of these offices to the Foreigner's Office. This office will then does not get the fees from them. It is worth mentioning that those who apply for a blue passport or a gray passport of Germany, they also must pay the fees for the issuing of these passports. The amount of the fees for these passports also a little bit differ in different cities of Germany. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you would like to get similar important information about the immigration laws in Germany, your rights and duties in German society, the living conditions in Germany, and other such important topics, please subscribe and follow our channel. If you have any questions or remarks about today's topic, you can write it under this video and I will be more than happy to answer it for you.